Happy Tuesday, Bernice.
Let's
Welcome
ride.
back.
Yeah.
Hope your Tuesday's going fantastic. Unless you're just listening to this in the morning, then I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday.
I hope you have the best Tuesday that's ever been Tuesdayed before.
Ever. In the history of Tuesdays.
Yeah. And I hope your Monday was even better.
That's right. Because today felt like a Monday, that's for sure.
Oh, dude. I to be honest, I was going throughout the day, and I checked my phone after I was doing stuff, and then I realized it was Monday, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did someone say at the clinic today? They said something about Mondays, and it was fire. I can't remember. At first they said, I got some bad news for you. It's just the beginning of the week. And I was like, well, yeah, you're not wrong. Thanks, Jerry.
You got me there, man.
Appreciate the
How about I knock your
words
knee
of
back out?
encouragement.
You got to go get surgery again, buddy. How about that?
Oh, man. But you want to know what I had this weekend? It's my stomach is rumbling right now, and I could really use one of these again.
A poop.
No, rumbling in the sense of I want food.
Oh, gotcha. I was going to say, you might have to go to the bathroom.
the other way around. No, the other way around.
I was going to say, you might need to go potty.
We visited the Amish paradise of Der Dutchman. That's what it's called.
Oh, we drove
Yeah.
by it like 14 times the second time we went to Florida.
Yeah, we did.
We just never went.
We have to next time you're here because they have buffets, and their breakfast buffet is all you can eat donuts. More
Oh my
specifically,
gosh.
maple long johns.
Dude, if I see a platter of maple long johns, it might not be there long. And I might not
you
be
might
on
as well.
Earth
You better
long.
get your own because
gonna
it's
have-
gonna be
Diabetes runs in my family, so I'm cooked.
yeah.
I'm gonna have diabetes.
So I'm dead. But
I'm
I might
gonna have
as well enjoy
diabetes
it.
yesterday after I eat that.
Yeah, I might as well enjoy it while I'm still here.
Yeah, my blood sugar is gonna be catastrophic levels.
On levels they've never seen before.
They're gonna be like,
I mean,
dude,
I'm gonna
You
be a new research paper.
you should have been dead 2 years ago with how high your blood sugar. I
New
was like,
research article comes out. What
I
happens
literally-
when you eat 14 long johns back to back?
I literally went to the doctor 3 weeks ago and it was perfect. I think it might have been the 17 maple long johns that I ate, and 3 Boston creams, and
Yeah.
I'm cooked.
Sir, did you have any? Was that just like your dessert? Did you have anything else? Nope. That just a black coffee and about give or take 18 long johns.
Yeah, I
So
lost count after 10, so I'm just guessing.
yeah, I was kind of put in a coma after that.
Yeah,
I don't really remember.
I really don't remember the drive home either. I think I passed out for at least 5 hours.
Somebody carried me out there.
But afterwards, I was fine. I felt fine.
But during, oh wow, it was incredible.
Now I think about it, I didn't sleep that night, but I think it was the anticipation of coming to the doctor today. I was
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
excited.
I was pumped for you to see my new high score
Yeah.
of blood sugar levels.
You could say at this
So.
point I'm just completing side missions. You know?
Dude, it was incredible though. Like I told Jessica and Jordan, because that's who I went with. Jordan was here for a little while, and I was like, we gotta go because I'm literally telling you, like, it's a regular buffet. Like they have French toast, your biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage, whatever you want. But they also just have a row of just donuts.
I'm sure the B&G is fire.
Yeah, very. Yeah. Biscuits were a little undercooked. They were a little doughy. I'm not sure why. Other than that, fire. Eggs, fire. Sausage, fire. French toast, most fire.
That's probably the best buffet you can go to because it's probably healthily made. Like, it's not with all these seed oils and preservatives and crap. They just make it
I
from
would
their
agree.
chickens and the gardens and all that stuff.
Dude, it was like $10 a person, $11 a person.
Well, they make all their money doing welding and house
Chairs.
building. Yeah.
Carpentry. It's because they build one house in a week. They're just cruising.
No, dude, I saw this video. This guy just moved to Pennsylvania or something. Because isn't there like a big amount of
Yeah.
Amish people in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania?
Lancaster.
But anyway, he was like, yeah, I needed my deck done in 3 days. They've been here for 5 hours. It's almost done.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it was 3 Amish guys. They're like, yep, you're
Dude.
welcome.
And their work is incredible.
Yeah.
I don't
dude,
know
it was
how
like,
they do it.
It was like one of the decks. It looked like a condo-ish thing, but the deck goes off. But it's like on a slope, so the deck's like this tall. It's huge.
Yeah. No, they're
and the beams were already up, and they were already
And the thing is, dude, they also like with a lot of stuff. They like building houses. They barely use like bolts and nails, and they use like the wooden joints.
Yeah,
that's already carved in the wood,
and they stand the test of time.
Yeah, and they do it in 26 hours.
Yeah,
built the whole house. We were literally on our way to there because there's Pinecraft in Sarasota, which is where all the Amish are. And there's like this big new building going up, and it's all wood. And I was like, oh, it looks like the Amish are building something. Jordan goes, it's not the Amish. If it was the Amish, it'd be done already.
Or they just started that day.
Regular crew. yeah, one or the other. It was literally like a big industrial building.
It's 10 a.m. They must be on breakfast break or something. They just started at 6. They'll be done by
probably done
3 p.m.
Yeah, done for the day. They've been here since 2 a.m.
I remember hooping at Pinecrest. Legendary.
Dude, legend. What is that? What is that park called? I can't remember. They got their shuffleboard there and everything.
Yeah, the big freaking auditorium for shuffleboard.
Yeah. Dude, they got grandstands and like 10 shuffleboard courts.
Yeah, it's crazy. With
lights.
lights.
They have lights on the basketball court. They had lights at the beach volleyball and
inside the roof of the shuffleboard. Bro, they do it rain or shine.
Yeah, they're there. You better believe it. They also have a 6 p.m. Sunday hymn sing along.
And the coffee shop there was good too.
Postal. Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
That was good.
If you ever hear, go to Der Dutchman. They also have a buffet dinner. It's not my favorite.
Like fried chicken or something?
Typical Midwestern food. But the breakfast is absolute heat.
I could go for some fried chicken.
Heater. And we're like sitting there. It's busy. Everybody's there. And this guy and his wife, older people, walk up behind us, and they're like trying to sit down at this table that people just got up and left. And our waitress is like, "Oh no, don't sit there. It's dirty. I'll take you to the front, and the hostess can sit you," because they just walked in.
Oh, okay.
Like just came in, because there's kind of like a side door. They just came in and walked in. And our waitress is like, "No, don't sit there. It's dirty. Let me take you to the hostess stand. They can see you." And the guy goes, "No, we want to sit here." And our waitress is kind of like, well, they literally just left. He's like, "It's okay. We'll just sit here." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, don't sit down. Let me at least wipe it off for you first." And the wife's like, "No, it's okay. Well, like we're good. We just take your time." But they were like kind of like a little bit antsy, like, "No, we'll sit here." And the waitress is like, "Just let me wipe it off."
I get the idea of what they're thinking, but they could have attacked that differently.
Now, this poor waitress, first of all, she's Amish, so she's a little bit timid.
Doesn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. She's just trying to be nice, and this guy's just giving her heck.
Man.
So they just sat down at a dirty table, I guess. Bunch of dirty muskrats.
Yeah.
What did you do this weekend? I don't know why I said it like that. Like I'm on a radio show.
Well, technically,
welcome back to 109, 104.9, 104.7 The Wolf. We got Avery Kidd here. Avery, what'd you do this weekend?
I forgot what I did this weekend. I won't lie to you.
All right, back to you.
Oh, I didn't do much this weekend. I didn't have anything going on, really. Kylie was at work, so I just hung out at the house. We Kills the I guess, so Kills Primer is just like pretty much a sealant for all stink and stuff.
Everything.
You put it on your wall to white primer, so you can paint over it.
Sure.
But we put it on the floor before we put the carpet down because there was dogs that peed there before. So
seal everything in.
Yeah, we did that Sunday.
Sure. Who's laying
Saturday.
the carpet? Did you guys figure out who it is?
It's gonna be Lowe's. So got that squared
away.
away.
Want to fly me out or a couple hot dogs?
Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Oh, I get it. All good.
We just got to close soon, so we got to make sure that's done so we can hopefully get a grant. So
rock on.
Yeah. And then today I made a mistake of talking to a lady, and I thought I knew someone from her family, and I made the mistake, and I should have known better just to be like, "Hey, are you related to such and such?" No, I said, "Are you this person's grandma?" And they said, "Oh no, stepmom." And I was like,
So I'm just gonna head out. Nice.
that was
to
like
see ya.
right at, that was like halfway through the whole thing that we were doing, and I was just like, I said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." That's what I
Avery
said.
was on the roof. He just went and jumped off the other side.
I'm gonna do a backflip onto my neck.
At first. Swan dive off the roof.
Yeah, but she took it in stride, so it's all right.
Shout out to her, man.
Yeah, she took it on the chin and did not even budge.
She like goes inside. She's like, "Honey, do I really look that old? Do I really look like a grandma?"
Yeah, that's my bad. And then we bonded over working at the school, at schools.
There you go.
She worked
Hey,
at a
bring
different
it back,
school, but
reel it back in, reel it back in.
I think I saved it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I saved it.
Yeah, I mean, you got the save. You still have a 5.29 ERA, but a save's a save.
I mean, I don't think it was a grand slam I gave up. I think it might have been like a, 2-on, 2-out single that
Sure.
brought both
Looped
runs
them
in.
Sure.
So,
But still got the win.
and that's
Save.
barring that I didn't come in when there was 2 on. I could have been.
Sure.
So those technically aren't earned runs. So maybe the guy on second, I let on, so I only gave up 1 earned run.
Sure.
So not bad.
Yeah. Not horrible.
Still a good outing.
What can you do besides
Do better next time. That's what I can do.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Well,
now I know.
hey,
Now I know. Yeah.
Take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Learn for next time.
Yep. Got to keep building. 1% better every
Exactly.
day. That's the goal.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Brick by brick. Actually.
She's gonna throw a brick at me when I'm on the roof.
Next time you get there.
She's gonna have a rope tied up there and just snatch me by the foot, and I'm gonna fall to my death.
Just gonna lasso you off the roof. Whips you down.
Yeah.
Oh man. I had this written for last time, but we didn't get to it. But when I took that flight up to St. Louis, I had every person's worst nightmare. Well, maybe besides, I don't know. First of all, it was one of the scariest flights I've ever been on. I'm not scared of flying, and I thought we were gonna die.
Yeah, there's some of those flights where you're like, yeah, this is probably it.
Like it was bad enough to where like the person behind me, I could hear them say to somebody like, "Hey, it's all right. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath." And it
panic
tell,
attack back there.
The person telling them to take a deep breath was also kind of like freaking out. Like it's gonna be all right. Just
Maybe he was talking to himself.
calm down.
It's gonna be all right. You can do this.
You can do it.
The person beside him is like,
Sir, we're still on the tarmac, sir.
he's poking the flight attendant button.
But they were literally like, take a deep breath in. Because on our descent, like the last 10 minutes, we would like drop. And then we would like speed back up super fast and then drop. And he did it like 3 times where we would like descend. And then you could feel him like pick the nose up and just take off. And then descend again. I don't know if he was like overshoot or not undershooting the runway. And was like, well, we gotta pick it back up here.
Or maybe there was some clouds too, or something that he was dealing with.
I have no idea. And then when we land, we literally landed like this, bam, 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 and then
Yeah, I've had one flight like that too.
I was like, "What is going on?" And to make matters worse, we're literally like coming down again, almost about to land, and they say over the intercom like, "Hey, we're about to hit some turbulence. Seatbelt signs obviously back on because we're descending. Just letting you know." And all of a sudden, you hear over the intercom like 5 minutes later, "If you are standing up, sir, you need to sit down."
So everybody's like, "Oh my gosh,
this guy's literally standing up out of his chair. He's about to go to the bathroom. He was literally about to go to the bathroom, and he's like, "Are you kidding?" He like sits down. And he's like, "This plane is just a joke." I was like, "Dude, you're gonna die. What do you mean? You're gonna
honestly,
sent to the back of the plane."
I am notorious for on the way up, on the ascent. If I need to go to the bathroom, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Like if we're high enough off the ground, like we're 5 minutes into 4 or 5 minutes into the
Sure.
flight.
Sure.
We're
But you're at least going up.
like
This, you're going
20,000 feet
down.
in the air.
You have no idea when you're hitting the ground, and this guy's just like, well, okay.
He's gonna be peed. He's gonna come out.
You gotta go.
Pee all over his body and his face.
Dude, they're literally yelling at him because he stood up. Literally right after they say, like, we're descending, but also bad turbulence, so.
The stewardess
Careful.
finds him in a freaking pretzel in the bathroom. he's
His
tied
head's
up in
in
a
the
pretzel.
toilet. Oh, man, it was crazy.
His foot hits the
I was
flush
like,
button.
yeah. And then, of course, I'm literally walking off next to him on the tarmac,
Uh-huh.
or not on the tarmac, on the jet bridge, and he's first of all he's like kind of this, no offense, trashier looking dude, and first of all he's complaining just about the flight, whatever he was complaining about, I don't even remember, and then he's talking about how he bamboozled them because he didn't pay for either of his bags and brought 2 bags on. He's like, I ain't paying for that crap. I ain't paid $70 to bring a bag on here. It's ready $90 for my seat. I was like, sir, do you know other airlines? That is extremely cheap
Yeah.
to get a
Yeah,
ticket
I
for
agree.
$90. Even pay $70 for a bag for $160, whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
nah, I've never paid for a bag before. I just bring it on.
Oh, I have a
was
story then. You just reminded me about a story.
Maybe that's bookmark it. I got one more thing.
Okay, go ahead. I got it. It's right here.
This is the worst night. We didn't even get to the worst nightmare part.
Is this
And
on the
then
flight?
worst- Yeah.
Okay.
The flight attendant's up there talking about the credit card. And then she's like, so do you guys want to hear some dad jokes I have?
Oh, man.
Just absolute radio silence. Okay. And it's something stupid like, why was the tomato red? Nobody says anything. She's like, it's really bad. It's a dad joke. It's really bad. It's because he saw the salad dressing. And nobody says anything at all. She's like,
Oh
I
my
told you
gosh.
it was really bad. It was.
Dude, nobody's,
You guys want
to
hear
be
another
honest, nobody is listening anyway.
At
Everybody's
all.
got their headphones on. Everybody started a movie or something.
one? Nobody is listening. First of all, no one wants to hear you pitch a credit card. If I want a credit card, I'll just go get it. I'm not filling out the info while I'm
On
the
the
flight.
plane.
That is the least of my. You know what? I'm about 33,000 feet in the air. I can.
Let's make an irresponsible financial decision and be locked in for 10 years.
I'm in. Give me the. I'm not even signing up online. Give me the.
What's the
form
APR?
and pen.
300%?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
I am in. Please.
Oh, the startup cost is only 3,000.
What are we talking annual fee here?
Yeah, the
We're
annual
talking,
fees. The
10
startup is
flights of annual
3,000,
fees? Okay.
and the
All right.
annual fee is $400,000. They're like, yeah,
And I'm
sign
earning-
me up.
I'm earning how many miles a year? You said 7.5? Okay. Yeah. No, I'm in.
Yep,
Let's do it.
hand it over.
And then they hand you a paper brochure that you proceed to fill out.
Yeah.
No chance.
So anyway, the dad jokes.
She just kept going.
Like how many
Nobody's
did she
responding.
say?
Like 3. She's just making it more awkward because she's like up there laughing, and then she's like admitting that they're bad. I'm like, if you're gonna say them, at least be confident.
So maybe she was just getting past her fear of public speaking. Maybe she was just doing that.
Maybe it was like a first day on the job, and she had to.
Oh,
It's
initiation.
like a
Yeah.
hazing.
I mean, there's
I
been
don't
worse
know.
hazing. I would say that.
You're not wrong.
She'll probably never
So-
see any of those people again. So
Yeah. Well,
she might
maybe
see
props
this when
to
this
her.
blows up. But sorry,
Yeah.
sorry about it.
But come on if you want. We'll have you on. You can tell a couple jokes.
Yeah. Just make sure they're
So-
good this time, preferably.
Yeah, please. But
Yeah.
anyway, what's your story?
So I won't air this guy's dirty laundry too much.
I mean,
but,
you can if you want.
Well, he'll probably never see this too. But
Okay.
So we were flying into Seattle. Yeah, into Seattle. And or was it our connecting flight to Denver? It might have been our connecting flight. No,
From
it was Denver to Seattle. That's what it
Seattle.
was. So we got to Seattle, and me and this dude. So I meet this guy. He's sitting by me. He's a younger guy, and I don't know how we started talking, but
Do you remember his name?
I need. Let me check my contacts real quick.
Bro, put him in the contacts.
I
Said
did
it, man.
for sure.
Hey man, let me get your info. What do you think?
Get your digs.
Hey, I got a questionnaire. You want to fill it out? It's called your contact info.
So, okay, let me go through this real quick. Disregard me looking through my contacts.
Do you want to share your phone number on here?
785. Get out of my face.
785-914-1234.
I feel like it started with an M, but I could be completely off.
How long is that flight from Denver to Seattle?
3, I think it was like 3, give or take.
Oh, wow. Longer than I
Yeah.
thought. You guys are chatting it up for a little bit.
Yeah.
Was it kind of like one of those conversations where, like, you kind of asked him to do something, or, like, kind of said something barely, and then it just sparked a convo, or was it like he just straight up started?
So
one?
I think my charger wasn't working. I think it was Steven.
Steven, my man.
Yeah, I think so, Steven.
Way to work, Steve.
And
Younger than you?
I think he was like 28, 29-ish.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I asked him because my charger wouldn't plug into the outlet below the seat. It
Sure.
just wasn't connecting right or something. So I saw he had 2 chargers. Like, hey man, do you mind if I borrow that charger? Or actually, I didn't even ask him if I could borrow it. He was like, hey bro, you need to use this.
Heck yeah, Steve.
And
yeah,
I was like, dude, my guy, I'll use it right now.
my man.
And so I plugged it in, charged it, and his wasn't charging. The charger he was like, bro, you take the charger back. I don't need it. It's fine. And he's like, no, keep it. So I'm like, okay, this guy's, he's a real
He's
one.
a G. Yeah.
So then we were talking.
You know
about,
what, Steven? Let me get your info.
Yeah. Well, this was after. So
okay.
This was probably an hour or so left in the flight. So we probably talked for the rest of the flight. So like a whole hour. So we were just talking. He's in the military. He was stationed in Colorado. He's been stationed in Thailand. He's been stationed in Japan. He's been stationed. He's been all over.
Steven's a world traveler, man.
Yeah. And so I think we were descending, and I could tell because then we got into like religious talk. We were talking about what his thoughts are on Scripture and what my thoughts were on Scripture. We were just going back and forth. A good wholesome conversation. Not being too loud, not being too degrading. We were just talking about what our thoughts.
Is he kind of on the same page, or was
Yep.
he? Did he have a different view?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. All right.
And so we were just hashing that out. We were giving scriptures back and forth on what we thought, and because right before that it got a little bit political, but not the political conversation that was like, you suck, you this.
Sure.
But anything political and religious is going to be a little bit tough to
sketch.
Yeah. But both of them were really good conversations. Like, neither of us were being like, "Oh, this is why you're wrong" type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then the political conversation led into a Christian conversation. So that was probably like another 20 minutes that we were talking about Christianity and stuff. And we weren't being loud. He was right beside me. We were probably talking like this level right here. Something like that. Not loud at all.
Respectable.
People had headphones on. We weren't being loud. The plane
They're
was
not
loud
listening
in
for the
general.
dad jokes.
Yeah. And so I could tell this dude. So I was in the middle seat. No, I was in the. I think it was only 2 seats if I remember correctly.
Small plane.
Yeah. Or maybe it was 3 and there was nobody in the inside one. That could have been it. Or the lady was asleep that was sitting beside me.
I hope there was somebody sitting beside you, because if there's an open seat and you still sit in the middle,
oh no, I do
that's
remember.
psycho behavior right there.
So our flight back from Denver to Wichita on the way back was only a 2-person. So Kylie and I sat beside each other.
Okay.
But now I remember there was this young lady that was sitting beside me. She was knocked the whole time, so I don't think she heard anything that was going on. So we were 3 rows behind the bathrooms and stuff, and then a row back and like caddy corner from us on the aisle seat was a dude, and I heard him sigh at one point, but I didn't know what was going on.
Maybe he's tired.
So I was like, yeah, maybe he saw clip of, or was watching a movie. He's like, "Oh, that movie sucked.
Bad
It
scene.
ended horribly."
Yeah.
So then I was like, "All right, whatever." But it wasn't like super loud. It was like type stuff. So I don't know if he had a toe cramp or
He might have.
a lot of things could have been going on in this guy.
He might have just been thinking about Monday, honestly.
Yeah, and then so we're probably 5-10 minutes away from landing, and we're still having this conversation, nice and quiet, talking about our families, talking about that, talking about how we were brought up, how we became Christian, and things like that. Just a whole conversation between two guys. Nothing.
Yeah. Steven and Avery. Avery and Steven.
We're not impeding anybody else. We're not doing anything crazy like that. And this dude, after he sighs, about 5 minutes later, he says, "Shut the F up." I said...
Excuse me?
So then I turned around and stopped talking. I didn't know he was talking to us. I was like, that was crazy. Anyway, so then we kept going. He's like, "No, I'm talking to you guys. Shut the F up." So I turned around. I just smiled and laughed. I was like, okay. So then I moved on and we just kept talking about it. And so then he got up and he was like staring me down. I was like, "Bro, dude, what are you doing?"
After the plane landed?
Yeah. Like he's one of the guys who was standing up when we had literally touched the ground.
He's already a problem.
And they said,
he's already a problem.
Welcome to Seattle, the local weather is.
And he's standing right up.
Yeah. He already has his seatbelt off.
Nobody.
Not supposed to.
People are still unclicking their seatbelts, turning their airplane mode off on their phone.
The plane is still moving.
Yeah,
we're not even at the gate yet.
We're pulling into our gate.
Yeah.
We got just turned off the tarmac, and we're pulling into our gate. And he's standing up.
Ready to go? Yeah.
And so then he's just standing there. I don't know if he's minding his own business. We were in a conversation.
Doesn't sound like it.
Exchanging contacts. This was like 5 minutes after he said "shut the F up" twice. And Stefan was kind of a G, bro. He was kind of like glaring him down, and I was like, I'm not gonna get into that because
Steve's a military guy. He knows how to de-escalate
because
the situation.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a fighter at all, but I think I would win that battle just by the makeup of the guy.
One of those guys, Mr. Tough Guy.
Yeah, and so I was nowhere near getting mad. I was like, you know what?
Yes, he had glasses on.
He did actually.
Yeah.
And he had the critters out too, and I was like, hey, that tells me all I need to know.
And he's probably wearing pants too. Yeah.
No, he was wearing shorts.
Okay, all right.
And he had a cap on, glasses, and his critters out. And I was like, you know what, man?
Yeah.
You
One,
do you.
2, 3 makes perfect sense.
And so my thought was, you know what? I essentially planted the seed. He didn't like that. Not even purposely planted the seed. He was eavesdropping.
Hey, you're the one listening.
Yeah,
Stop
you don't have to listen. Put some headphones on. Watch a movie. They give you headphones. Put them on. Watch the movie. But my thought process was, hey, I'm going to let God do that, man.
Sure.
Whatever he wants to say, I'm not going to do anything back.
You should have exchanged contact info with him.
I was like, hey, man. I'm the guy who wouldn't shut the F up. Nice to meet you.
Mind if I get your contact info? In case you ever have any questions?
Right between your eyes if you don't want your mouth. That's the only contact we're going to see. No, 2 contacts. You hitting the floor.
Right after that.
No.
And then me contacting 911 to come pick you up.
No, I think the stewardess had that. Cause she was like, because they sit back there sometimes.
Yeah.
So she was like standing there. I don't know if she was listening to what was going on. She probably heard it so many times. But then he was getting up and walking past me. He was like glaring me down like this. I'm like, dude, get over it.
Grow up.
We talked for
who?
After you said shut the F up, we had a 4-minute conversation, and like 2 of those were Christian conversation, and 2 of those were just exchanging contact information, seeing what they were doing this weekend, type stuff.
Yeah, who hurt you that bad?
You had 3 more minutes of it. Like I said, put something on your ears. Focus forward.
For all I care.
Focus forward.
La.
This is you didn't
2
pay for
eyes
this
forward,
flight.
please. Yeah.
You didn't pay for this plane. You look forward. You paid for that big monitor in front of you. Use it. For all I care, watch the flight path again.
Yeah. I know we're about to land. I know we're right at the airport. Watch it.
Order your Uber or something. You can turn off your airplane
Scroll
mode.
Instagram. We're close enough to the ground that your data works.
See where your Uber's at. Do something
Yeah.
else. But anyway, he walks off and he stared at me the whole time. I'm like, I didn't say anything. I just smiled and laughed, and he went on.
Smile and wave.
He was in baggage claim, and Kylie had a bag to pick up. And Steven goes up to him, and he's like talking to him. We were like around the carousel, so we were probably like 30 feet away. So I didn't know what was going on. Steven seemed pretty fired up. He wasn't saying anything
Steve.
like
Yeah.
that, but he was like kind of like that.
Yeah. A lot of hand gestures.
Yeah, and this guy was just like. So then I was.
Careful, buddy. Your glasses might fall off.
And then by that point, I had gotten a little fired up because I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything to this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. If I was saying, I bet this guy behind me's not saved. Dirty sinner, you're going to hell. I could have said that. I didn't say that.
Or if you're talking so loud, especially about like religion or politics or whatever, like I get it, but
it was like
he's literally trying to listen.
Yeah. Like you put up a concerted effort to see what I was saying, to hear what I was saying, and to analyze it.
Not once, but twice.
And I didn't even say anything about you. I could have said, I bet all these people on here are dirty sinners anyway. They need to be saved. Especially
All
that
these
guy,
nerds.
Especially that guy.
Yeah, look at this guy. I can already tell. Check him out, Steve. Turn around. Look at him.
So then part of me wanted to confront him, but I didn't, thankfully. So that happened.
Probably a good idea.
I completely forgot about that until you brought up a flight. And
Let's
I was
go.
like, oh, man, I remember that now. Yeah,
How did you forget that, dog?
Because I wanted
That's
to,
crazy.
because I would have been fired up for like multiple hours.
Yeah.
Just because
That's
I
fair.
didn't. If I did something
That's
to the guy,
wild.
like if I if I was prompting him to say that, I
Sure.
get it. I would have been mad at myself.
Sure.
But we had a small talk, not a small talk conversation, but low volume conversation
Yes.
between two people. You're far enough
Me
back.
and him.
There's
Nobody
no
else.
way, if you're not paying attention to what we're saying, you could hear us. No shot.
But he heard you.
I wouldn't
He
be
was-
surprised
he
if he
said-
was in the aisle like this.
Yeah. Shut the F up.
You know what? Shut the F up, dude.
I should have said, hey, I can smell your feet from here, bud. Chill out.
Poor guy's angry about something.
Life in general.
Jeez.
Like, holy smokes.
Oh, man. Oh, well. What can you do, you know? Also, I got a question about planes. I saw this the other day. I still don't know. I mean, I've heard it a lot. I've just never had the courage to ask anybody, and I've never looked it up. What's a red eye?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
No. I don't know anything about planes. I just get on them and they fly me places. That's all I care about.
For all I've been saying red eye for years now.
I don't think I've ever said that in a sentence in my life.
I keep hearing it over and over. I'm like, dog, I don't know what a red eye flight means.
I'll have to ask my buddy Greg, who's a commercial
Greg.
pilot. He probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. Or you're talking about.
AI, more specifically Gemini, says a red eye flight is a commercial airline flight that departs late at night and arrives early in the morning,
Oh, like you're
often
tired.
during a time period when passengers might not be able to sleep comfortably. The term
Red-eye.
red eye refers to the tired, bloodshot appearance of passenger eyes after such.
That makes complete sense now that you say it.
That does, yeah.
And to be
yeah.
honest, I've never heard anybody say that in my life until you just said it. So now
no
I
way.
can use some flight jargon. Hey,
Sure.
bud, you ready for this red eye flight? Huh?
Hey, man, I can tell you hit the red eye, didn't you?
I bet you had a connecting flight that was red eye. Back in my day, I had 14 red eye flights in one night.
Boy, you better fix them eyes. I invented red eye flights. I was the one that said it was a good idea to fly overnight. You know how many people belly ached about that? Said, oh, I can't get my sleep.
Back in the 80s, we flew north to Thailand. We had a a 76-hour red-eye flight there. We had to take the
That's
Apaches
just called
down
3
there.
red-eye flights in the same flight.
We had to take the Apaches down there because they couldn't refuel the planes back then because they didn't have the technology.
And boy, you think you're taking a red-eye out there on that 747. I took a red-eye on that Chinook
see that?
helicopter, the cargo one.
You think that Diet Coke was on that? No.
You
We
think
had
I had
MREs,
stewardess?
MREs, and whiskey. That's all we got.
That's right. We didn't have water up there, just a whiskey.
We had a flask. We all had 2 flasks, plumb full, of course. You drink 1 flask per stop. So we flew for 18. We flew for 18 hours. Stopped. Got gas. More whiskey. Drink your flask. Next 18 hours, another fill up.
And listen, if you got a leak, they just open that back cargo door. It, kind of folds down where you drive the cars up, and you just take a whiz right off the back deck right there.
You strap around the chest, strap around the waist, and you let fly. That's it.
No hands. That's what we like to do back in the day. See who could make the longest no hands.
Yeah.
And then one time I took about a 62-hour red-eye flight on a C-130, and that was right before they dropped the bomb. I was sitting on the bomb. That was my seat.
Do you remember the Wright brothers? So their second flight, we did a red eye on that one.
We flew from about 7:30 p.m. to about 6:30 p.m. the next day.
Non-stop.
On that plane right there.
No
Right
layovers, no stopping
Nothing.
for airport beer, nothing.
We went from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, to about just about 16 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, obviously, it took us about 23 hours. That's because we couldn't find the landing patch. So we circled around for about a couple hours. And then we decided to go back to Kitty Hawk. Decided that wasn't a good idea, so we came back to Atlanta, circled around a couple more hours. Still didn't find the runway. We just kind of made it work.
We landed in a
Up there
local
at the,
farmer's field.
Yeah, the CRP patch.
Old Bo Sevis Collier down there in Georgia.
I got his contact info that day, actually.
Yeah, he's a big farmer down there. Ran a big organization down there.
And get this, he only charged us $14 land up there in his field.
He made
So
off
I
like
say
a
it's a
bandit.
heck of a deal. And I told him, I said, you watch out for them red-eye flights. That was the first time I ever heard it in my life.
Yep. And now we're going to take a red-eye flight for... I'm going to try to beat his record.
I'd be down to do it, yeah.
I'm going to fly around the world 16 times, nonstop.
Do you want to do it in like a jet, like a F-22 Raptor, or like what do you think, like a
Slowest plane possible.
Black Hawk helicopter,
Even slower.
a Cessna maybe plane, little prop plane?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe something real slow.
You just hear for the whole time.
And it's for literally 12 hours nonstop. And you got to raw dog the whole flight. Nothing.
Shut the F up.
Yeah, I'm telling
you're
the
going to be
prop.
saying it by the end of the flight.
Hey, plane, can you shut the F up?
Where's my monitor at? I want to watch a movie.
Dude, now that I think about it, I should have broken his glasses right in the middle of them.
Now, that wouldn't be very Christian of you.
No, it
It
would
was
not.
Christian of you to turn the other cheek. Let him say it again.
I about turned my cheek and flashed it, brother, to flip away from it.
Oh, man. All right. I've got a question.
All right.
The most important question. First, I heard this on the Basement Yard. Incredible podcast. But anyways, also what we need to do, this is completely besides the point, but have you seen the challenge of lifting that 25-pound mug?
Yeah, dude, that'd be hilarious.
We got to try it. But the problem is we're not in the same room, so we'd have to buy 2 different ones. But that would be comedy.
That'd be legendary.
Yeah. Anyways, I need to see how much that one of those is. If you had 24 hours Okay, that's about two red-eye flights. One red-eye flight. To hide a paperclip from the FBI in your house, anywhere in your house, and they can't find it.
How long do they have to find it?
I think they have 24 hours to find it.
Oh, well, I'm cooked. I mean, there's not really a spot. I mean, maybe.
Where are you hiding it? You can put it anywhere.
You know what I'm doing? Does it have to be one singular paperclip?
What are you just putting? Are you just filling your house with a box of like millions of paper clips?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like needle in a haystack type deal?
Not that, but I'm gonna put it in the most obvious spot. I'm gonna have just like a pencil box or a pencil drawer.
Sure.
You know, like those old things you used to have with like the
Yeah.
you know, the 3 pullouts and then the one that flips up.
Yep.
I'd have it just one thing full of paper clips and put it in there.
You don't think they're gonna find it in there though? Like if they find that box, it's like, well, I'm tearing it apart.
Yeah, they're gonna think it's some, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put like a hole in the wall, and then patch it up. Put like 3 of those in the house.
That's
and
a good idea.
It's gotta keep going. It's gotta be in here. Then I'll grab some of the stairs, like the carpet on the stairs, and I'll like lift it up a little bit so it looks a little
cut
fringed.
it a little bit, and then try to like patch it.
Yeah, and they'll be just.
But they got 24. They could tear this house down if they want.
They'll just be beating the tar out of stuff. It'll just be sitting right in front
It's
of
in
them.
one singular box. It's like those movies that after a house, like oh, you got all the rubble after a building falls down, and it's just one case that's still somehow alive.
Yeah, that's what I would do, something like that.
What would I do?
Or, I mean, putting it in like a, so you have like a whole bunch of DVDs or something,
Sure.
putting it in the most random DVD you could find.
You just need to find something in your house you have so much of, and
Like
just put it
paper
in there.
clips. Because
Sure.
they're not going to go through all the paper clips and be like, ah, man, this has got to be the
but-
one. Hey, boss, is
they
this the
will.
one? And they'll be like, no, that's not the one. Hey, is this the one? And they'll get like 30 paper
How would
clips
it be
through and be like,
distinguished though?
ah.
Maybe it'd have to be like a different color.
No, it's got to be. I'm thinking it's just a paper clip, and they have to find that paper clip.
But if they find the box of paper, maybe. Hear me out. You do this. You stage it like it's in there. You just put 100 paper clips in one spot. Act like you're hiding it, and the whole day they just spend. Hey boss, this paper clip. Okay, no. And they do that 100 times.
You could do that too.
That wastes a good 3 hours.
Yeah.
Turns out it's actually in your light bulb of your bedroom.
Yeah.
How about a light fixture?
I mean, I would think they would go for that.
I gotta think. Maybe the middle of your mattress, like inside your mattress, as inconspicuously as possible. Just stick it in there.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the pillow. That would work too.
But a pillow's smaller. It's easier to go through,
True.
and they can mess that thing up. With a mattress, you're not moving it.
Yeah.
It's also got springs in there. Maybe they think, just spring.
That could be it too. I'm sure they'll. I mean, honestly, my guess would be they look through everything in the house in 24
They
hours.
absolutely do. But where are they not? That's the point. Where do they not find it at?
Well, they have 24 hours. They could probably look through every single thing you have.
I'm thinking.
How many agents are there? Would be the question.
That's also a good question. I don't know. I don't know that piece of info.
'Cause if
I
it's
was
like-
not given that.
If it's like 3 or 4, you're cooked. They're finding something.
I'm thinking. I was thinking originally like 3.
They're FBI agents. They're probably finding it.
What if you just throw it in some like insulation somewhere in your house?
Or like in the crawl space or something.
Yeah.
Just make sure they're all like hefty FBI agents and they all can't get in the crawl space.
Put it in just a hard to get spot.
Yeah.
Like on top of the roof. They're like, I can't make it up there. I had a maple long john this morning.
Yeah. Something like that. That's what I would think.
Yeah. What about in a piece of food?
Yeah. I was thinking like in the back of the refrigerator and like milk or something.
That's not a bad... well, they're poured out, but it'd be easy for them to pour out. But that's not a bad idea. Like, do you think they're going to go through every single food that's in your fridge and pantry?
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Maybe you just put it in a jar of Alfredo. Close that sucker back up.
Yeah. And put it like right in the front.
I'm thinking maybe like in my coffee filter where the coffee goes, just inside the coffee grounds.
From that morning? Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. They're going to open it and be like, yeah, add coffee grounds.
Coffee, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Actually, you want to... Actually, it's a cop. They'd be like, you want to make me some coffee? Got any donuts around here?
See, but then you run into a problem. Unless you just throw the filter away like you're getting new coffee. And then
Yeah.
kind of do it
That's not bad. They wouldn't
inconspicuously.
know. You like dump it, like throw it away, and you're like, see, yeah, nothing in there. So they already checked the trash.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I don't know the capacities of FBI agents, so
I mean, they're working pretty hard, I'd say.
that's why I'm saying like 3 or 4. I think they might just search everything in the house.
I mean, they're absolutely just destroying your house.
24 hours, they could do that easy.
There's nothing left to your house.
If I had 24 hours to look for something, I could probably find it.
Maybe add it to like your foundation. Put a little
Yeah.
little Quickcrete, mix it together.
Oh.
Put it in the middle, add it to your foundation. Because they're thinking, well, there's no new foundation. You gotta hide it good, but there's no
they're
new
thinking
foundation.
topically.
So, yeah. Well, they're also thinking like this house was built 100 years ago, so foundation. It's not gonna be in the foundation.
Yeah,
And maybe you do that.
that might work. Might do a little something there. Yeah.
I think I could do it.
I think my initial one would work if you had like say you had a child and you had like a kid's supplies for school. You know, by the dining room table or something.
But I think they're dumping everything out.
Okay, well maybe they do.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
If you're an FBI agent and you have 24 hours, are you going through and just dumping everything?
Probably.
Maybe you just do the old hidden key trick and you like get a book that looks like a book, but it's actually cut out in the middle.
Yeah, you have like a whole shelf of books.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
one
they
of
would
them's
just turn the books over and just...
Probably. Hey Larry, you're on the bookshelf. Get over there. Get to work.
I had this
Start
last
dumping
time.
them. Yeah.
That's what you
Just
get
because
for
I'm
being
the
a new
lowest on the
guy.
soda pool.
Yeah.
This place sucks.
Hey, you were a bike cop last week, so you better get over it.
You did traffic control. You go back traffic control.
If you want to help the team,
Yeah.
get going.
Start dumping. Maybe
Man.
you put it in a pipe somewhere. I don't know if that technically breaks the rules. It's not
How about
necessarily
you
in
just
the
lay
house
a
anymore.
big old turd in the toilet, place it in the turd, and leave it in the... Oh, I forgot to flush this morning. My bad, guys.
gross. So gross. Cop's like, yeah, I gotta go, man. So don't worry about it. I'll flush it.
I had to do the poop shower shave, and I forgot to flush the poop part. I showered and shaved, but I didn't get to... My bad,
I
guys.
do apologize. I apologize.
Simple mistake.
Yeah. Well, it's just, hey, Bachelor Pat, am I right? It's just me around here.
Yep.
Jeez. I don't know. How much money are you getting? Or is
gotta
it
be
just
like
you just
$5
go
million.
to jail if they find it
It's got to be like
You
$5
just-
million.
locked up forever?
Well, if I'm knocked up for a paperclip, I'm not playing the game.
I don't play no games. I'm not doing it.
Like if there was like if they found the paperclip and there was like a lesser, like I don't get the $5
Consequence?
million.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it was $1 million.
As
Either get it
long
or
as
you
they
don't.
replace what they broke, that's fine. If they're not going to replace anything, I'm not even playing the
Hey,
game.
get the Amish out here. Put my house back up.
Yeah, it's all crashed and like, yep, we didn't find it.
All right.
Or no, hey, hey, we found it, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing you.
See ya.
Actually,
And here's no
you won't
$1
be seeing
million.
us. So you won. We found it. So you won $0, and your house is ruined.
Yes.
Peace be with you.
Congrats.
Peace be with you.
And we got to go because we got to catch a red eye to the
Yep.
next house.
Yep. So yeah,
Great blessings.
it would depend on what the circumstances are of the bet. Because like I said, if it's something stupid, like if I get arrested,
You're getting 5 years in jail.
yeah, if I'm not playing the game. Find somebody else. My neighbor might do it. I don't know. Not me.
Get Steve in on this. Or that other kid with glasses. I'm sure he's good at it. Good at hiding things. Besides
Probably
his emotions.
is, except for his toes. Where had his toes all the way out.
In Denver is crazy too.
He forgot his freaking socks and his
Hey,
luggage.
Bubba, you forgot your closed-toed shoes, man.
Yeah.
Freaking creep.
Maybe that guy was just having a bad day for all I know. That's all I hope.
It probably was. Oh man, they probably caught him for a bag. He had to pay $70
Yeah.
at the airport.
All right, man, I got to rock. And roll. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's what I think about that.
We can cut out this part if you want, but
No, we're keeping it in.
okay. So we can close.
Here's the real Avery, everybody. He doesn't even want to
I have
be
other
here.
things to
He doesn't
do.
even
I'm
want to
sorry.
be here.
I would be here if I had
Jeez.
the time.
Avery the whole time. Shut the F up.
No, literally.
When
No,
is this
I'm
going to
just
be
kidding.
over?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
All right, y'all. Thanks for the love on the last podcast. First
True.
of all, the
True.
YouTube went crazy, so keep it up.
Jessica just told me yesterday, I didn't even know you had a YouTube.
Well, shows
I
how
said,
much she
clearly,
cares.
you've been lying. You don't listen to the podcast.
But for those of you who are part of the views on YouTube, thank you. And Spotify as
Appreciate.
well.
Preach.
Apple Podcast.
Preach.
Thank you. Thank you much. Feel
Good
free to
looks.
message us on Instagram or send a
If you
voice
want.
memo.
Send
did
a
we
voice memo.
did we get any responses from the? We didn't.
Yeah, actually, we got about this many.
Oh, nice, perfect.
So,
Well, maybe next time you guys can send some in. You guys got past your fear.
yeah.
So
Try it. Might as well.
maybe you might make us famous, and we can repay you some way with a high five and a handshake
And a wink.
and a wink. Yeah, it
you
depends
go.
on how much you make us. We might get
Sure.
throw the wink in there.
Sure.
Or this. Thanks. Thank you.
Oh, man. Well, I hope you have fun, sir, since you have better things to do.
We're going to be throwing
I'm going to go
some tutties
run
out here.
and eat.
7-on-7, so.
There you go.
All right, man.
Smash some maple long johns this week.
Potentially, I might do that just because
Do it.
for stuff and
And report
gigs.
back. Yep. And you, sir. Good
I
news.
bid you
Monday's
adieu.
over. It's Tuesday.
I bid you
pretty
adieu.
much. Tally ho.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
Thanks for listening.
See ya. Peace.